Alright, so in this one, I put up this poll yesterday and I asked, and it got a lot of responses very quickly. Usually my, I can even look, like the polls get about, what, 6K responses within the next couple of days. This poll's been up for not even 20 hours yet, and it's got about 5K responses when you sum up here. So I put up this poll asking, have you / do you want to quit Dragon Ball Legends and why? And I mean, at least 2,000 people are saying, no, I have not quit. And then the other, massive majority, the actual majority, have said, yes, they have quit. Now, I'll go over your guys' responses near the end of this video, just because I feel like going over what I feel is issues with this game could also just answer what you think is also issues with this game. So I want to go over that. Now I'll go over some responses here, just the highly rated ones where people are commenting and liking on it and just, going through a thread of it. But why are people quitting Dragon Ball Legends? Why is 55% of that vote saying, yes, I have quit the game? Anniversary just happened. Why are people quitting? I could break this down to sections, and there's a lot of reasons in these sections, subsections, but baseline sections, let me get started with this and we can begin. If you do enjoy the content, feel free to subscribe. I'm not quitting personally, but there will be content tonight with the new Goku Black coming out, with the new Mecha Frieza coming out, and honestly, the new Goku Black coming out actually is a problem, but yeah, all content will be tonight, all that stuff, great stuff, but why are people quitting Dragon Ball Legends? Now, the first reason, again, these are going to be broken down into sections here. Summons. Look, we've had this issue before. It's just tedious, honestly, because we had Yellow Forku come out, and he came out on a 1-unit banner. We had units similar to that, where they came out with nothing alongside them. And this is no exception. Trunks came out alone. He came out with maybe one good unit as a side unit, and that's not even a, new unit, it's a side unit. The unit I'm referring to would be, no, not you, you're already very good. No, not you, you. That's it. That's the only other good unit on this banner. You could say Puddles, okay. You could say Majin Vegeta, solid, but he's not in a great spot. Sword of Hope, solid, not a great spot. FSK, Evo, that's it. What else are you going to really pull from this banner that has value besides Revival Gohan or Trunks? The summons don't have value. If I go back to the anniversary banners and I look and I see their values, I'll probably put them on screen somewhere here. You can see there's some value in all these spots. Maybe there's less in, one area or another. Maybe like the Ultra Vegito banner didn't have as much value as the Dragon Fist Goku banner. Probably not. But it still had some value to where at least the main 1 or 2 units were good enough to carry the banner. Trunks, while he's very good, he can't carry this individually. Most solo LFs can't. Full Power Frieza had this same issue on his release. He wasn't good enough. He wasn't good enough because there wasn't a leader slot system that exists. Now a leader slot exists, and that's a whole fiasco, and that's honestly a different problem that deals with PvP. But he wasn't good enough to warrant being a solo LF that came alone, and people didn't summon. People were very upset. The literal thumbnail of the last video I did, why people are quitting the game last year, is Full Power Frieza. He's on the image. It was near his time of release of the banner. It's the same thing this year. They don't know how to resolve that issue of, hey, we have to make the value of the banner summon more. No, there's no value. If they made it more value to where Trunks came with this new Mecha Frieza, I said this for weeks. Everyone's been saying it. It's not something like tinfoil hat theory. It's common fucking sense. Who did Trunks fight? Mecha Frieza. Why did he not fight Mecha Frieza in the LF animation that they showed off? Because he wasn't in game. Why didn't he come alongside Trunks? There's no reasoning that he didn't come, except to spread the banners out. Even more so, they probably would have made more money. Like, I'm thinking about this again. You gotta think in a business sense. How are they making more money? Release 2 units together. I would feel more inclined to summon on this banner if, let's say, Full Power Frieza was featured instead of Majin Vegeta, and it had Mecha Frieza and Trunks. And then instead of, let's say, Evo Vegeta, you have LF First Form Zenkai Frieza, who really isn't that high start up for most people, and I only see him at like 7 to 9. You return some of these units that haven't come back, and or just make the banner more value in its own individual state. Don't make it to where I have to wait 2 or 3 weeks, however long this banner's been out. If I could go to the news here, please, Legends. Don't make it so these banners have to come out weeks later, where I get the unit that should have been on the original banner. You could have had both these Sparkings all on the same banner. All 3 of these Sparkings could have all been on the same banner that's coming out tonight on this banner. There's no reason to spread this out. I understand a bottom line. I understand having an All-Star every month. Why can't the All-Star, if we're doing a POS celebration, I guess they could call it, not be correlated to where the last Trunks banner was? Can it be starting September, we start correlating to the next celebration, not the end of August, we start correlating to the September LF? Like, why are we doing it so backlogged? And even more so, on Frieza, if you just want Frieza on the banner, he's not PO! Why is he... I look at the Twitter, and I see that Frieza's on this little Fighters, Smash Bros-esque DLC pack looking thing. It's not a DLC pack, but it looks like it. And it's all PO characters. The first fucking character there is a non-PO. It's like, they know Frieza was meant to be on the banner of Trunks, and then they just said, no. Like, they knew. And they could have easily replaced somebody with Goku Black. Just put Goku Black in Zamasu. Fine. Put Goku Black, put Merge Zamasu. I don't mind getting Merge Zamasus. I hate future buffs because they get it every week. But if we're going to get a fucking future banner, just all in it. Just get me PO units. Fine. Screw it. At that point, I just want PO buffed. If it's future characters, it's future characters. Make them red. Make them dead because of the androids on future. And people who want to summon on the All-Star. Because not everyone's summoning on the All-Star. Summon on the All-Star. Fine. Just don't make them better than the droids or some bullshit like that. That's all I ask. Future doesn't need more buffs, but if they are going to get it, just don't make it better. This Frieza doesn't have the PO tag, so why is he not on Trunks' banner? He doesn't make any sense to the theme. He makes sense to the Trunks' theme. Why? I don't... There's no bang for your buck in summons. Like, I look at these banners. Who the fuck is summoning on this? Maybe this is just a prelude to, hey, this next LF is going to be a PO unit, or a regen unit, or whatever the fuck it's going to be. Great. Thanks for telling me a month ahead of time. What do I do with this information? To have a theory craft? Great. So why is this banner still here? Even more so, another banner. I forget to do dailies on this banner. I love Buhan. I'm a big advocate for saying Buhan is actually underrated and pretty decent. I'm a big advocate for also saying Tien is very overrated and overappreciated. This banner doesn't give me any value. Like, I say this with the other All-Star banner because Future already has a million buffs. But when I see Regen get a red blast base unit that's also PO, it doesn't make sense. When Future gets it, it makes sense because they're not trying to replace the androids. They're just trying to give you a sub option. That's great. Awesome. Why is Buhan red instead of a green where they need to replace for Green Rival Gohan? Why is Buhan red instead of a blue? In case you don't have LF Kid Buu, you don't get his plat, you can't do all his stuff. You have a separate option. Why is he not purple? Because every singular color on Regen needs a replacement. Why is he the one color that contests with the best unit individually in the game color when they share the same tag of PO? Why is that? Again, the value is just neutered. Like they don't increase any substantial value to any of these units. Tien, even his color, it doesn't matter because blue. Why are you making him blue and nullify Rush when there's a revival unit? The whole premise of revival is to just take the Rush. What's more safe? Me having a 3v3 where I'm forced Tien on this circumstance, or this circumstance, or this circumstance, or this circumstance, or just have my revival unit of Frieza take the Rush? Why is this unit the worst color? Both of them, the worst colors actually physically possible. Even more so at Goku Black. Fine. Blue is alright. I actually don't mind blue. I think blue's fine. I think blue's actually good. I'm gonna be real. Because he's not going to replace VB, he might replace Sword of Hope, and that's it. He's contesting, he's giving you a sub option. I like when All-Stars are sub options. Sub options. Unless the team is down bad, like Regen, where they need to be a core option. But Frieza, bro, dude, I can't even figure out how they even thought this was, like, sensical. Because if I look at LOE, and I really compare what the hell LOE wants, it's not a comparison to anything else. Look at their colors. Look, what do they want? Do they need a purple? No. They have 2 decent purples. It's fine. Yellow. Do they need a yellow? No. They have at least an LF. Maybe it's not the greatest thing, but at least he's there. It's not like this Frieza's yellow. Do they need, again, another color here of blue? No. They have a blue. A very good blue. Do they need a green? No, they have a green. Do they need a red? He's 19 months old, dude. Again, I could say I'm fine with them being sub options unless the team needs it. LOE needs it. You need it. You need a red. If you don't have a red right now, you're fucked. You see MUI every single match. Do you know why? It's because, yes, he's tedious and he's very good, but it's also because he's red, because there's Ultra Vegito everywhere. When you don't buff a tag where it needs the buff, it's meaningless. Buhan being the worst color is meaningless. Tien being the worst color because leader slot exists and you could just run this guy is meaningless. The banners today that are out right now have zero, negative even, value. That's it. People are quitting because they don't have a reason to summon. There's no need. And even more so, to touch on a fact, and this will move on to a separate point, your favorite tags aren't getting buffed. I mean, that's it. Like, I rant about this a lot, and it's more of a joke, but it's true. It's a truthful joke. Future always gets buffed. Ultras are all Saiyans. Vegito, Gogeta, Kaioken. Why are they all Saiyans? We don't know. Future and Saiyans are the only tags getting buffed. Even Godki. Godki's got a lot of units in the past. Really, they have. They've got here. They got this Vegeta because he goes into blue. They got Kaioken. They got ROF boys. They got Beerus. They got Whis. They got all these things. But no Godki unit wants to be on Godki. So your favorite tag of Godki can't be run. GT. It's almost been a singular year since they got their last unit. October is when Omega came out. It's almost been a year since they got a free-to-play unit. It's already been a year since they got a sellable unit. Your favorite tags that you want to run that are niche and nuanced do not get buffed. But the only tags that do are Future and Saiyan. That's the only tags in the game. Sure, you could say movies, but in all reality, Ultra Gogeta, Dragon Fist Goku, those are both Saiyans. So you're not even getting real movie buffs. Hybrids, not getting buffs. They got one LF here. Great, awesome. They got one Zenkai that buffs that LF. What do you run on hybrids right now? In comparison to Future, in comparison to a Saiyan mix of movies or whatever else it is, you can't run anything that's nuanced. You have to run a top tier unit or you can't win. It's just how that works. And you could say, hey, sometimes I win when I don't run very good units. That's great. But the overall majority, you have to run either this guy, or where is he? This guy, or wherever MUI is. I can't even actually find him here. Where is MUI? I see. Oh, there he is. Or MUI. You have to run a top tier unit. It's bad. It's not good. I say it a lot as well that the top 10, there's not really a big gap from like 1 to like 3 or something. But then 4 to 5, then 6 to 7, and then 7 to like 10. Holy shit! The gap from 1 to number 10, it's like 10 units value. Because if I look at Ultra Vegito, I say he's number 1. That's my opinion. I feel like he's number 1. You might say somebody else. Whatever. Top 3 units can all be argued number 1 in my take of it. Then number 10. Let's say you think number 10 is Trunks. Let's say you think Trunks number 10. People say he's higher, people say he's lower, but I've seen a median that allows Trunks to be number 10, and people agree more than disagree that that's okay. Can you tell me how much more value Vegito has than Trunks? Can you tell me how much more value the droids have, Gogeta has, even MUI has, than Trunks? Look at number 1 of this guy, arguably, and then number 10, arguably, of Trunks. The unit value and discrepancies from Anniversary are absurd. Now, the androids are a different issue because they're just their own value of, we don't know when the fuck they were meant to release. I still think they released hella early, and they weren't supposed to come out till like, they were supposed to be the banner right now of Trunks' banner. I don't know. That's just me. It would actually make sense with the theme if it's going to be all PO based. Well, the androids are PO. They would have led the charge as the first LF of PO, then Mecha Frieza, then Goku Black. All drop as PO units, even though Mecha Frieza's not. You know, follows the theme. Personally, I feel like that makes a lot of sense. But, nonetheless of that, the unit discrepancy is just not fair. What is my value of, and we're going back to summons a little bit here, but it all ties in. Why would I ever pull for you? Why would any normal player pull for this Trunks if he's number 10 and you see number 1 as Ultra Vegito or the droids or Gogeta? What value could that ever have? And that's not to say, oh, it's the Anniversary's fault. Anniversary did all this. It's not. Look at the units I mentioned. Ultra Gogeta, androids, those are units that are not from the anniversary. And yet, the value of Trunks, the unit afterwards that came months later, is less value than the units that came months ago? What? Why would you not quit? You have no reason to pull. If I don't have Gogeta or the droids or USV, I'm in the biggest back foot of my life. Do you see how much I crutch on them? I try to use shit tier units all day, every day. And you see my teams. I always have to have either Tapion or Dragon Fist or Ultra Vegeta. Look at the video earlier. It's G4. It's double Ultras. I have to. It's not me wanting to run the Ultras. It's that I need to at least have some sense of decency on my team, because the units I'm trying to show off, which really shouldn't be as bad as they are just as bad as they are. And I'm forced to run situations of God tier units of Ultra Vegeta, of Ultra Gogeta. I try to stop myself, even more so. I literally said no MUI on Boost. I didn't run him when he was on Boost. I ran him one time because of Kaioken video, because he color synergized very well. It all worked out great. But I didn't run him after that, alone when I was playing on camera. Never ran him again. But fucking hell, dude. The forcibly, like, idea of just, you have to run a very good unit is just so exponential now. I just remember when it was just, okay, I can run this mediocre-ass unit. I'll be fine. And this deals with boost, this deals with a lot, but it just more goes to the fact of unit values on specific tags are way too high on unit values of other tags. Again, just look at Buhan, who just came out literal weeks ago. You're not going to see a Buhan. Even Tien, who's very overrated. I see very little I still see more Rival Friezas. There's no value of these newer units. Anyone, literally anyone in the last month hasn't had any value to where you need to pull for them. I would quit too. I'm not going to, but I would too if I weren't enjoying that and my teams weren't getting helped. And then the units that are getting the help, they're not good enough. They're not getting enough help. You think Buhan's good enough? Hell no. They held back 10 million times. Look at his ass stats. Look at this. You think these stats are good enough? This is dog shit. But yet Vegeta, Gogeta, the droids, they're going to age like fine fucking wine. And it's a dilemma. Then the last thing, again, I'll get into the things you guys said after this, but the last thing is PvP. I mean, I have a big gripe with how they've done this dog shit system of the groupings. Like, I'm ranked 41 in the world. I've said it so many times now, and I'm getting tired of saying it, honestly, because it just bothers me. I'm ranked 41 in the world, and I'm 10th in my group. What logic did Legends have to think, yup, you have to be, I don't know, top 10, top 8, top 15, top whatever in the world to get 200cc differential? Right now, I'm missing 300cc because I am not in the top 10/20 of PvP. Where the fuck could that logic be anything less than stupid? Honestly, I know a lot of people don't have this issue because they're not in Z tier, they're not in these rankings. Great, awesome. But I do. And this bothers me more than anything. Why is it my reward? I had a bug on my leg. My reward for hitting God rank is less CC. You do know that right now, if I were to go to S rank intentionally next season, and then I got rank 1 in S rank, I get more CC than if I hit top 30 right now in PvP and I was 11 through 20, 4 through 10, number 3 in my grouping. I'm getting less CC. And that's what the game's doing. It's just not being fair. It's not being fair to players that actually play the game, which is the stupidest part. Because the people that are playing the game are the ones giving you the money. If we're up here, we're probably spending money. If I look at these stars in these top ranks, I ain't going to see 6 stars. I'm not going to see 4 stars. I'm going to see 14 motherfucking stars across the fucking board. And then you're like, no, you can't do that. You can't be up here. You can't be up here. You're not allowed. Drop down, get your CC, get your money up. That's what Legends is telling me. And man, it's a tedious toll. And then even more so in PvP. We all know this, but I feel obviously pointing it out is a thing we need to do here. Boost. It's just the stupidest shit in the world. I've said so many solutions to this, and yet it'll never get amended, I feel like, because it's the stupidest thing in the world they don't know how to fix, even though there's a lot of fixes. One fix. Make it so only free-to-play units and EXs or hero units are boosted. Do not make any summable unit boosted. If you will make summable units boosted, have them scale. Not free-to-play units, let them be full tier boosted. Fine, let them be there, let them have their limelight, their shine, awesome. A lot of them actually need that free-to-play boost of tier boost of featured. Yes, I agree. Let's say I have Trunks. I pull him 3 stars, okay, now he has a 8% boost. Let's say I get him to 4 stars, okay, now he has a 7% boost. Okay, now it keeps going down and down and down and down until this unit hits a 9-star threshold. When they hit 9 stars, they go down to C tier boost. When this unit is at 8 stars, they have 1%, 2%. You see what I mean? Increase or decrease the boost per the stars of the unit. Don't make the unit unusable at being a 2-star LF. That's just stupid. No, make the unit get some boost when they're a 2-star LF. They need it. They will need that. They're too squishy. They're too fragile. They can't do enough. But as they get up in stars, remove the boost. Don't just keep it the same boost as a 14-star Vegito to a 5-star. What logic does that sound in any way as good to keep a 14-star number 1 unit as the same boost as a 5-star of that same unit? Clearly, they're going to be different in their outputs, in their tanking, in every situation possible ever in this game from 5 to 14. Decrease the damage inflicted, the defenses, the everything once a unit passes 9 stars. It's the simplest logic. If a unit's at 8, give them 1%. If a unit's at 7, give them 2%. It's the simplest logic to follow. Not have a concrete boost system of, oh, fuck the stars, you got everybody. Alright, you got everything then. You can't have more. You literally can't have more. You have 14 stars, you got the boost, you got everything in the world. What else could you ask for? Lower it. That's the issue. Lower it. This number 1 unit should not be getting more help than they need. It doesn't make any sense. There is no need to help the number 1 unit. Let's go over your guys' responses, because as you can tell, I'm quite frustrated by this. Let's see what you guys said. I'm going to go over a couple, then we'll wrap this up. I just want to see what you guys think. Again, that's just my takes on it. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree, and yeah. Can I sort this? It's probably already sorted by top comments. Let's see. Does it resort it? It's the same thing. Okay. This update was on breaking... yeah, even this update, I guess I can mention it, but this update, the dash thing, I'm still on the fence. Sometimes it just annoys the shit out of me because it's literally unreactable in most sequences. Unless you can, see your opponent's just going to spam the shit out of it. Obviously, you can react, right? But it does so much output that it's just ridiculous. Like, doing it myself, having it done against me, this dash attack bullshit, it's ridiculous. It's a learning curve. I understand that. I'm not going to say it's good or bad now, but I will say it's very good, the action that you can do, and it doesn't seem counterable, and how can you have a drawback to that? It seems way too good. That's just my take. Similar to Tackle on first release, it was way too good, then it got nerfed, and then it got rebuffed, and then stayed how it was for years. This update was my breaking point. Moving CC and PvE getting worse was way too much for me. Oh, how do I even forget these things? There's so many issues with this game, I can't remember them all, I guess. Yeah, they stopped float step. You can't do it anymore. You don't know what that is? That is when you would hover into the middle and or you would just hover around until a combo dropped against AI, and then from there you would always get a new combo on them. It would really help the androids because per new combo they get more damage inflicted. If a person DC'd on you in a match, you could float and try to beat the bot, make a very big comeback because again, it's a bot, they're very predictable in their actions, but now they canceled that out to where you can't do that. If you drop combo against the bot, they will sidestep, you will get caught most likely in the next sequence, and you'll get your ass beat. And you can't make a comeback in PvP, you can't make a situation in USTR very easy. The new units seem to be needed for every single event, like that one Trunks event that was out, where you need Trunks as your boost unit. You can't do a lot of things that made the game a lot easier, a lot more casual for players to do, because everyone knew how to do it. They ruined it. They took it out. They said, no, we have to make PvE, and when people DC, harder on you. For whatever reason. There's no reason for it, but for whatever reason they did that. That's a valid reason to quit. I would as well if that bothered me as much as it probably bothers a lot of people. I've quit about 4 times, usually coming back around Anniversary or Legends Fest, and right now I'm pretty close. The meta is so down by the top 5, which, of course, it is to be expected, but it feels like everything else is fodder in comparison. I didn't look at these pre! And this is exactly what I just said. You have to run a top tier unit, or you can't do shit. And there's no tanks except for maybe LF Blue Vegeta. Yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly. And there is tanks. Don't worry. The tanks are the top 5 units. Vegito can tank decent. The droids can, heal a lot. Dragonfist can heal a lot. But those are the top 5 units. That's the issue. That's only the top 5 units. I feel that. I feel that a lot. I'll look at some responses here as well. Don't worry. Number 1 issue with Legends is they make new characters too good to the point you have to get them, and all you see are them on the same 4 teams. Yeah, the Anniversary Headliner team. Again, that's just all Saiyans, because MUI, Ultra Vegito, Dragon Fist. You see just Vegito Leader Slot. You see the droids with Vegito. You see Ultra Gogeta with Vegito. You see fusions. Again, all Saiyans. You have to pull these new units, and this is a problem with the game where you are forced, not, should pull for these new units. They're anniversary units. You should pull for them. You're forced. And, whatever gripes you have about 3rd anniversary, at least the game didn't force you to have the new unit. Vegito Blue, 2nd anniversary, you have to have him. There's no around that. You needed him. You didn't have him, you didn't play the game. You didn't enjoy the game. There was no enjoying the game. They amended that with 3rd anniversary. They made the units shit tier besides one of them for the first part. Obviously, CMZ being very good in comparison to G4 being ass, everything else being pretty ass. Alpha Gohan changed that state, and he made a PvP a living hell for a good minute. But the first part, 3rd anniversary, didn't shape every single thing in the entire game. This anniversary did exactly what 2nd anniversary did. You pull new units, or you don't play. It's that simple, and they did that issue. Even 1st anniversary. They kind of do this every odd year, I guess. 1st anniversary. Did you need the new units? No. Did you want them? Yeah. If I pulled Buhan, and I had Yellow Cell, and whoever else was the 3rd at that time, I could probably still run through stuff. I wouldn't have the easiest time, but I could run through stuff. I had at least 1 new unit. I didn't need everything. I just needed 1, and I could run through stuff. If I pulled both Goku and Vegeta for the God Kiosk units, but I didn't pull not Ultra Vegeta, Super Vegito LF, I could still do stuff. I could still be fine. If I didn't pull EX Whis, I'd be fine. You didn't need every unit. That was the best balance that the game ever had, because yes, you did want the new units. Yes, they had more value than the old units, but did you need every singular new unit? And to have the new units to do everything? Maybe you wanted 1. Maybe you even needed 1. But that's not having to need Vegito, MUI, Gogeta, droids. It's not the same thing. It's completely different. Also with a normal rate. Ultras have worse rates. I'm comparing 1% to Ultras. Ultras have worse rates. So even pulling that is still more difficult. Years later. And yet you still need more. That's why people regard 1st anniversary as very good. Because you didn't need everything. You just needed some things. 2nd anniversary, you needed the God there, Vegito Blue. 3rd anniversary, you didn't need jack shit. But then part 2, it flipped up on us. 1st anniversary is the only one you didn't need everything. 4th, you need everything from the Dragon Fist and Tapion banner. You need both. You need both. It's just how it is. You need both. Vegito, you need a Vegito. MUI, you need MUI. You need these units. You don't have them, good luck. You're not having fun. I literally quit the game and make new accounts every time there's something big going off. I do that with DoooGote. It's called re-rolling, yeah. It gives me a lot of CC summon. I get new units to go on a 40-game win streak in PvP. Mostly community Legends is abusive relationship. Yeah. Because Legends doesn't listen. Abusive relationship, you don't have something that listens or understands or helps you deal with the problem. What the fuck has Legends done to deal with any problems it's had? They just released a banner that doesn't even have a PO unit, or releasing a banner without a PO unit on a PO themed celebration. Do you not think there's some backlog where Trunks should have been with Mecha Frieza? From the same fucking scene of the LF? You don't think there's backlog? Abusive relationship. They don't give a fuck, so they just spew it out. That's all they do. I remember a time when I actually was able to get the new LF, and I just haven't gotten any since MUI came out. These units I run into PvP, he run into PvP, and overall just not enjoying playing the game. I'm not quitting for a good more like a break. Yeah, if you just get tired of the game, don't play it. I agree with that. It's very simple, but yeah, abusive relationship. Sometimes you just go back to it. It's not a good thing, but it's what you do. I quit after 2nd anniversary for an entire year. I came back to the game 1 month before Legends Fest, and since then I kept playing daily. Nice, nice. If you're enjoying it, great. A lot of people aren't. There's too much wrong with this game. Yeah. Been playing since 2018 when it came out. Never quitting this game, plus spent money. That's the thing. Now that's something that's a take. Just because you spent money on this game, I'm not trying to come at this person, but for everybody, I spent money on this game. I spent money on Dokkan. You know how long I played Dokkan when I didn't enjoy it? Months, years even. I stopped playing it just because I found another game to play, Legends. But if you spent money on this game, that holds you so much more. Again, the abusive relationship thing, probably a little bit extreme of a hyperbole, but it is true to an extent. If you spend money, you don't want to quit. You spent money on this. You invested time. Whether you spent money on these, fucking pixel PNGs, and you want to admit that you spent money on pixel PNGs or not, you spent money. You invested time. Again, like a relationship, you invest time. So what do you want to do? You don't want to quit. It's a tough situation. If you really get fed up with it, I recommend you do, but if you don't, well, that's your reasoning. You're held on by the idea that, hey, I spent enough money, I can't drop it at that point. And I mean, I get that. Trust me, I do. Honestly, for me, I quit after the game just became unfun, mostly because the game tempts me to gamble too much. On top of that, I already know I have a little self-control. I spent $2K to get one copy of Ultra Kaioken on his banner. Sure, later I was able to get the Andrews at 12 stars and about $250, but it really came started becoming too much. Even with new character, wasn't too fun for me. The anniversary was the breaking point for me when it came to the raids and PvP content. Not only do you need new units, but you need them at high stars to get decent drops. That did it in for me. Since then, I dropped and haven't looked back. I stay updated on it and watch this channel to do so. Well, I mean, that's good. If you can quit when you've spent that much, that's honestly the W. That is the big W, and I'm proud of people that can do that, truly. Because quitting a game where you spent so much money, who the fuck wants to give up something where they invested time and money into? No one. No one ever does. But if you do it, and you know it's a bad thing for you, good. And then here, yeah. It's just a thread of people arguing, and not even arguing, just agreeing that, like, these units can't really, like, it's just unfairness how PvP is in a whole manner. It's just not worth it, man. Sometimes it's just not worth it. I'll read one more comment here, and then we will wrap it up. Let's read this one. I want a long one. Okay, these are both the same length. I'll read both. They know how to kill the hype. I hate how they hint for something and then do another thing totally different. Hate the fact that they do not know anything about the meta and the teams that need help and the inconsistency and the power creep of the game. That's a good issue to point out, because they don't play high rank. They don't play even decent rank. They don't do it. And they don't know how the game works. They know how to make a unit's kit be very good, but they don't know how it affects the overall state of the game and how it changes every single aspect of the game. Every new unit changes an aspect of the game, but it's just how much. Buhan, hardly. Vegito, everything. Droids, everything. Just give me examples of units. Even in the past they've done this, it's just the testing isn't there, or the lack of care is there, and I assume it's kind of both. And then the last one here, I don't want to quit since I put my too many years into the game. I just do my daily jump off. Would love to see Master Roshi get some love, or any other unique characters. Again, point this out, your favorite tags aren't getting buffed. Why would I play a game where the thing I like isn't getting help? Why would you? People don't want to. Again, you look at this poll, this is a Dragon Ball Legends channel, and the result is people do not want to play the game. People have quit the game. If this isn't an indicator of what the hell's wrong, I don't know what else could be. Or that there is at least something wrong. How else could you point it out? It's the blatant question. Did you quit? Did you not? Overall, Legends is in a position it was in last year. They had this, again, last time, where just the unit came out, there's no value, there's no reason to care about the game at that point, the anniversary's over, everything just goes downhill from there, because the units that, even more so, worse this year, because the boost system, the units just have too much power if you don't have the new units, and if you do have the new units, it just gets boring to play the same old new units over and over again, because you want to run things you actually enjoy. Different tags, different units, different things that just actually don't exist in the game. Can't run Dragon Ball Saga, can't run Regen, can't run GT. I want to run that. I want to run all these teams. I love using different teams. But yet the forcibleness of Legends is run the best units, or you're not going to have fun and enjoy the game. When I run shit tier units, and I know I could probably play better than that, and I could do better with the better unit, where's my fun? There is none. Let me know what you guys think of why people are quitting Legends. Have you quit Legends yourself? And do you want to? If you haven't, do you want to? If you have, how was it? How did you do it? I'll see you guys in the next one.